And would you believe me if I told you it's only got 5,200 miles on it? This is the 2024 Toyota Tundra Hybrid. I'm going to throw some golf clubs in the back so you can see how much there is. And then we're going to come up with a decision on whether or not you should buy this. I'm trending yes. So if you're considering a new Tundra, why wouldn't you buy something like this? Today, we're going to find out. Now, I'm not going to spend the next 15 minutes reading you the Toyota brochure. You could find horsepower, dimensions, and every available option online. What I want to know is what this truck is actually like after somebody has already put 5,200 miles on it. Does it still feel new? How does a hybrid powertrain feel? How does it drive? Is it comfortable? Is it quiet? And most importantly, would I spend my own money on this instead of buying a brand new one? Let's start with the truck itself. Now, with this already having some miles on it, we're going to expect some things, rock chips and whatnot. But this doesn't have any. I don't see any wear or any door dings. And that tells me that those 5,200 miles were particularly good for this vehicle. Let's look at the inside. Look at the size of just the opening for right here. And this is where 5,200 miles becomes interesting. Look at the driver's seat. Look at the steering wheel. I wish we had smell-o-vision because you could actually tell how clean this thing is. The armrest and the controls are brand new. This armrest is brand new. Now let's sit behind the wheel and start it up. Cool Tundra logo. Nice digital dashboard. Massive infotainment screen. Huge amount of storage. This truck is mint. So this is the back seat with the seat all the way back. And as you can see, I've got a ton of room. It's pretty massive in here. And what good is a pickup truck if you can't put your golf clubs in it? That fits quite nicely. Driving the 2024 Toyota Tundra Hybrid. This one, like I mentioned, is 5,200 miles. It's barely broken in. What does it smell like in here? That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. It smells like a brand new car, although your depreciation has already started. So if you do buy it, you're not going to be spending all that money up front. You get a good deal on your insurance and whatnot. It's finished off in this really cool lunar rock color. I like it. It's cool. It's muted. And it's kind of unrecognizable, which makes it nice for being on the road with all these cars that are out there that are whites or reds or blues. It's nice to have something that's a little bit different, but isn't going to be standing out and say, what would they pick that color for? The other thing that I think someone's going to like about this is how solid and quiet it is. I like the fact that the brakes, when you hit them and you're at a stop, the rear view camera comes on so you can see what's behind you in case anybody's creeping up or coming a little bit too fast. That's a nice little touch. The hybrid is nice, and then the engine kicks in to give you some good speed. You know, as you being the driver, what are you going to be thinking right now? And my first thought is, how am I going to be able to merge onto the highway with no problem? There's a truck right next to me, and we'll see how well it does jumping up on the highway here. Oh, and this is no problem at all. It's really, really really agile for such a big truck, and it doesn't feel big. It's not wandering all over the road. The brakes are really fantastic, and it's not gobbling up every single part of the lane, so you still got a good amount of space while you're driving in the lane, which is always important. You know, if I was looking to buy this vehicle for myself, what's the first thought that I'm going to have outside of the, you know, what it smells like in the car, because it smells new? But one of the big thoughts that I'm going to have is how comfortable are the seats. Well, they're really comfortable and they're supportive, and they're adjustable. I think it's 14-way adjustable seat in this, so it's kind of nice. And I could definitely see myself getting in this and not becoming really tired as I drive. Cornering is as expected. It's a big truck on corners. Yeah, that's a big truck on corners. It's not bad. Throw it in two-wheel drive like I have it, and you get a little bit of oversteer. I'm sure if you throw it into four-wheel drive, you'll get push. What's the acceleration like? That's another thing I'm asking myself. Acceleration is great. Powerful, predictable. Cornering is good. On the bumps, you can kind of feel the bumps, which is what you would expect in a truck, especially with no weight in the back of it. It handles quite nicely. What are you thinking next? That would be, how is it in traffic? You know, somebody cutting in like this when you don't expect it or whatnot. It's predictable, and that's a really good feature. And it's so smooth. The road noise in here doesn't exist. It's really, really quiet. You could definitely have a conversation with somebody at reasonable levels as you're driving this truck, and you're not going to have any problems communicating. The sound system is fantastic. The infotainment system is very, very modern. It's a Toyota, so you're going to expect that. The climate control is physical buttons. Your gear shifter is huge and chunky. You have different modes down here. And I guess the last thing that you're going to be looking for in this is its stopping power. When you're coming off a highway, you want to make sure you have all that stopping power, especially for a vehicle that weighs as much as this one does. And it stops no problem. There's no fade to the brakes whatsoever. Whoever had this for 5,200 miles did a pretty good job of taking care of it and making sure it was, you know, well maintained. Now the next owner, who are they going to be? It's going to be for anybody that's looking for reliability, looking for someone who is, you know, possibly a contractor or, you know, a stay-at-home dad, someone who could go to Home Depot on the weekends and pick up a ton of stuff. You could tow this all the way up to your campground, put a trailer on the back. It has a nice towing capacity. I think that this is really ideal, you know, for somebody kind of in that space. Here's what's really cool. After 5,200 miles, it still feels like a brand new car. What surprised me the most about the driving isn't that it's a big truck. It's a big truck that feels smaller, which is a great feeling when you're on the road. Gives you a lot of confidence. The best thing about this hybrid powertrain is that it actually is responsive. You're going to save some gas, which is great, and you're going to be able to just cruise around in all electric, which is nice. So now it's up to you. You just need to figure out whether or not you want to pay for the depreciation or already have it built in. I think the answer is pretty clear, but that's up to you. I'd like to thank the folks at the Highline Group in Lowell for letting me take this thing out. In addition to that, if you like this type of content, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, it's about the drive.